Well, we're back.
We're back.
We are back in action.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sweaty.
Yeah. Nothing's changed. It's the beginning of the summer, so strap in because it's only going to get worse.
Global warming, here I come.
Help me! Help me!
This is 2004. I ain't playing those stupid little revolutionary games.
Okay, so let's let them know we got a little bit of a soundboard change.
Okay, hang on.
I should add all of our old sounds too.
Let's start off by letting the good audience here know. Hey, we're changing up the format here. We are going to do one video pod and one audio pod instead of video.
Yeah.
Because it's a little easier. It's a little easier on us. It's a little more maintainable. Ashley, if you guys have noticed here, Alex and Logan have launched
Former
Critics podcast. So that is something that Alex has been working on, and I have been really trying to maintain my horror channel. And so that's where I've been in my time.
You finally got monetized on there.
Yeah, so I've been just I want to make this like my full-time, if not full-time, at least part-time. And my dream is to be able to, I don't want to lose my benefits at work.
Right.
But my dream is to be able to at least go down to as many hours as humanly possible with still maintaining my benefits and my things at work. You know, like I want to have a healthy balance between my work life and like my content creation life while still being able to pay the bills.
Yeah. But yeah, we're trying to, expand a little bit.
I'm like white knuckling this microphone.
We tried to have the mic arm set up, but the table is all wonky or something. I don't know what's going on. I tried to set it up, and then I thought I was just being stupid, and then Ashley tried to set it up, and I have more faith in her doing it, and it just didn't work still, so I'm
just gonna blame it on the fact that this has been the cat's room.
Right.
Our cats will come here to visit my parents. They'll stay for a few days. And that's the bottom line.
Wait.
Right.
That's the one I was looking for. Oh, yeah, we do have it.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Whack 2 beers together,
Ooh, yes.
Remember that video of the kid when he went to go get in the pool with the 2 beer bottles and his family's like, don't break those, and he smashes them together anyways? That's you.
Right. Wait,
riffing.
No dead air.
Oh, I was like, what are you grabbing? Well, I already finished half my drink.
Well, we were going to do a crack one open, and then she decided to get an ice cap. So,
and I cracked it open a while ago.
But we'll get to that. Well, wait, did we cover everything yet? We did our
housekeeping.
New soundboard,
new format.
Schedule.
Yes. Nothing else new.
Right. Oh well, yeah. Just I have that podcast. But yeah, we're still doing it. We got this. We're doing it.
We're hanging free. We're wild and free.
Right.
Hey, babe.
And what?
Remember?
What?
The one we used to watch that every
week. Right. Yeah, with Krista Stefano. He who shall not be named.
Wait. You know what we have to clip for our soundboard?
What? Starting it off strong.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my God, yes. Do you guys watch Jersey Shore?
Did you guys watch Jersey Shore? Because Ronnie coming back has given us like the best memes. The fact that this man he was walking and then turned the corner and immediately like veneer smile like gives everybody a hug. Every single person, their wives, their children, walks up to Sam. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Oh my god. They even addressed it at the reunion. Like,
awkward.
We gotta clip that for a soundboard. Oh my god, you guys. It's gonna be
a wild ride.
We're back.
Well, we'll talk about more about Jersey Shore on the next app because we're gonna do TV shows next.
We're gonna do exclusively television on our next audio only podcast.
Yeah.
Because we have watched so many TV shows.
Yeah.
We just finished a season of a limited TV show.
Right. Well,
we're on the last app.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought we were all like able to watch it all, but we caught up.
Yeah.
We're watching Under the Bridge.
Yeah. We didn't realize they were releasing those like weekly.
Yeah, I thought it was like a season drop, you know?
True. That's how they usually do it.
But we'll get to that because we watched so many movies.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we should. I think it's only fair that we start off by talking about Caitlin Cronenberg's Humane.
Right. Which we did get a screener for, by the way.
Yes, we were lucky enough to get a screener for that. And
so
if you guys,
shout out to Elevation Pictures.
Yes, if you guys know me, if you guys follow me on any platform, you would know that I am the biggest Cronenberg in general fangirl. And
Cronenbergian.
Cronenbergian.
Yeah.
I am very Cronenbergian. So when Caitlin Cronenberg was releasing Humane, I was very excited to have another voice from the Cronenberg household.
True,
if you will.
Because we got Brandon Cronenberg.
Yes, so now we have the holy trinity of
Yeah.
Cronenberg.
And there's another one, but I don't know if they make movies, but they do other stuff too.
There's potential.
Yeah.
Anyways, Humane, as Joe Bob would say, is the sensitive story of the distant future and the population having to be trimmed down by 20%. The sun bad, umbrellas good, right. You know?
Yeah.
And there is like a self-euthanasia program. Nice. There's a you can like volunteer to enlist into this like euthanasia program to perhaps let your family live a little longer, or like you know, like sacrifice yourself. And like this happens like right in the beginning of the film, but it is very much the rich don't have to do this. Like, we have money, let the poor sacrifice themselves. True. But when the rich want to, it's like, oh, like, we need those bodies, you know? So it's a very good movie. And I don't want you guys going into it thinking that it's going to be like a typical Cronenberg body horror flick, because it is definitely more of eco horror. But it will make you think, and there was a couple of really cool scenes. Yeah,
I agree.
I've been thinking about it, like every day since we've watched it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty strong, like a pretty strong debut for like a director. It was directed well, and like the story, it was a good, cool, original story, you know.
And we like Jay Baruchel.
Right. Spelled J and J's.
Yeah, so I just really enjoyed that film. I think it has a really strong message, because even though it's not like directly set in what we're existing in right now, it's like right there, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's definitely it'll definitely make you think, for sure. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good for what it, especially for the movies that we've got as screeners lately. I felt like that was like one of the better ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, still thinking about that one from Utopia. The,
Heart one?
What?
The one with the heart?
No.
The
No,
hearts?
well, the heart is a major, with love and a major organ. That
Yeah.
one was really cute. I didn't think I would like that one as much as I did, but I really resonated with like the metaphorical like heart
Right.
with love and a major organ. Let's just piggyback on this. Is a film that is also feels like it's set within like a very near but like distant future where your heart is. Your major organ is an object, and I feel like that object shapes your personality if you can have the capacity to love someone or not.
Right.
And it just, by the end of it, like you see someone's heart made out of paper, and like it was so I started crying by the end. Like it was so good.
And shout out to
I'm
Anna,
like crying.
Shout out to Anna Maguire, because I didn't realize that we've seen her in like tons of different things.
Yeah. She
Until,
was
like,
in
we watched that.
Violation.
Yeah, she was in Violation.
Violation is a
that
film
one short movie.
Yeah, Violation was a film that hit me so hard that I had to watch it. I think I've seen it twice, 3 times. Like it was so good.
Right. Yeah,
Damn.
we watched that.
Just looking at what we've watched. It's been a while. Oh, I do. Since it has been a while and I just saw this, I do want to recommend Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person.
Right.
Amazing title. And when that title comes, the way it wraps around, the way like you realize why the movie is called what it is, like it's so good. Oh my god.
Right.
Anything else you want to also before we get too
we've
far
watched
into
like
this,
major movies, so like every major movie.
no, before we get into this, I just want to put this on people's radar, because when I mentioned this on my channel, like not a lot of people knew about it. There is a Japanese remake for Cube from like 1998, but it was made in 2021.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like it's not often that we get the reverse, where we're getting a Japanese remake of an American film. We're always getting the Americanized versions.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen it, but I feel like it, from what I've heard, it dives into more of the backstories of the characters. And I feel like that's what Japanese films really do. They really give you the gut punch with, making you like Godzilla -1. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. By the end of that film, I was just bawling as well.
Right. Yeah, we watched Godzilla -1, and it's definitely better than like a Godzilla x Kong type of movie.
Listen,
there's more backstory, more heart, more passion involved in actually making the movie.
More passion, more footwork, more energy,
Excuse me? What did you just fucking say?
No, my parents are currently watching Godzilla x Kong as we speak, and seeing how bad Godzilla looked in that compared to Godzilla -1 made me a little upset.
Right. It seemed like they put more effort in the Godzilla -1 to actually get it done, you know?
And it really, like...
The story was good.
The story was so good.
It was a little long, but...
That's fine. If there's one thing I like, it is a long, talky movie.
Well, we've watched a bunch of other stuff like Monkey Man.
Oh, Monkey. Let me tell you, I loved Monkey Man, and I didn't think I would, because I was hearing so much comparison to John Wick. We've watched all the John Wick, so I feel like I can confidently say you're the only, like...
Surprised you even sat through them with me.
Right. The only like comparison that I will say is that like it is a revenge story and he wears a black suit. Yeah. Other than that, like there is so much more nuance that separates this story from a John Wick. Like he's not an assassin. He's not being hunted by people. He doesn't have a bounty on him. Like he's just out for revenge, and he's doing interesting things. He's uplifting the trans community. Like, he's doing so much that is not in the John Wick universe, and I would be happy if it was a standalone film, but I honestly wouldn't mind following Dev Patel in another one.
I hope they do not
Patel's
make another
cool
one.
as fuck.
I hope they don't make another one. I hope they just keep it as like a one thing. We don't need another story.
Chappie?
Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Do you tag?
Tag what?
Walls! You know, walls!
Right.
We came in fucking prepared this time, you guys.
R.I.P. Ryan Dunn.
God, listen, we'll get more into this, but we just finished probably my 100th rewatch of Viva La Bam, but our second time watching it in full together.
True.
It just keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
We just watch the dumbest shit.
We do watch some pretty dumb. We watched all of the CKY films.
True.
So good.
Yeah, that is on the list of we watched those.
The music, top tier.
Right. True.
Love it.
Another one that we don't have to talk too much about, but we watched The Contestant.
I have been waiting for The Contestant for so long.
2 years.
I have never been so frustrated. And I haven't been. I was so mad watching Under the Bridge. But anyways, The Contestant, the things they did to this man, just let him live. And we're so this man's name is Nasubi. And I'm just living my life, doing whatever. And I look over, and my resin, my bottle, resin, craft supplies, the brand name is Nasubi. I hate coincidences like that. It makes me feel like we're living in a simulation. But anyways, The Contestant, they made this man, they put him in a room, locked him in a room, and said, hey, you can, no clothes, no food, no nothing. You gotta live on sweepstakes. And he figured out how to, work the system.
Right.
Did it. They brought him out, gave him the best day of his life, thought he was going to be released, put him back in another room and said, hey, we're doing it in Korea this time. Oh my God. You got me fucked up. If you think you are putting me in a room, I need my Diet Pepsi. That is very trivial considering the climate of the world, but I have an addiction I can't shake.
Well, we ended up watching Abigail.
Pass. Speaking of Godzilla, I hate Dan Stevens.
Right.
I hate Dan Stevens. Something about his face, it's just shut the fuck up. Is that mean? I cannot stand him.
Yeah.
And I guarantee there's people out there that think that about me, but whatever. Let me have my opinion.
Right. We watched Civil War, but I talked about that on the Former Critics spot, so we don't.
Hang on. Let's just go back to Abigail for a second. Because I feel like it had potential to be a better film if they didn't spoil it in the trailer. And I feel like if you guys, perhaps like me, did not enjoy, I keep calling it Annabelle. That's how forgettable it was to me. But if you perhaps didn't enjoy it, maybe check out Livid from 2011. It's actually done by the guys who did Inside from 2007. The guys who did The Deep House, which we absolutely hated.
Oh no, I was thinking about The Night House.
But yeah, they've done like some pretty good movies, some pretty bad movies, and I feel like Livid falls into a good French film. So if you guys perhaps didn't like Abigail, check out Livid.
Right.
If you can find it.
Yeah, true.
But sorry, I don't want to forget Late Night with the Devil.
Right.
I loved that film.
Well, I kind of said my thoughts on my other pod, but yeah, I just like, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Well, let me speak my piece here. The reason why I loved it so much is because as soon as it began, like I spent the last little bit of my grandma's life with her, living with her, watching 70s game shows and like 70s specials and everything. That's all we watched for months and months on end. So I went into this thinking that if my grandma was still alive and I showed her this film without letting her know it was like a horror film, I feel like it would have the ghost watch effect, and I feel like it would genuinely strike fear into her, and she would probably be like, why didn't I hear about this when I was younger? You know, I don't know. I feel like it really would have, like that, it would have sold, and it would have just made me so happy to see it be scary to someone else. It was great, but it was more of a, I'm just here for David Dastmalchian.
No, I thought it was pretty good.
I loved it so much.
It was original.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want good original horror. Just like Sarah Hawkinson said, movies like remakes like The Strangers Part or Chapter 1 don't need that kind of viral marketing. It's movies like Late Night with the Devil, Cuckoo, Long Legs that need, because they feel so original, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to compare two movies together?
Let's fucking go.
Because we watched two movies that are similar in theme, and those are Sting and Infested.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about this because I wanted to. So I am working on. If you guys follow my horror channel, I did a list about like apartment horrors, and I also did a list of one place, like movies set in one location. And I feel like both of these fit in both of those boxes, you know?
Right.
And I almost feel like it needs to be in like the insexploitation genre as like its own video. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't, because they are genuinely both really good. One definitely plays it more seriously than the other, that being Infested. But
yeah,
they were both really surprisingly good.
Yeah, I liked Infested more, but I feel like because it was just like more
serious.
Yeah, like, and they played into like the social commentary.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas Sting was just like not as serious, and it was just kind of like they're just stuck in this apartment building with this huge spider that's running around.
Yeah, and it definitely Infested made me feel like I was physically itchy watching it.
Right.
With Sting, I was just having a fun time.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. I feel like with Sting, if it were to play in theaters, it would be like a really fun Friday night watch with a packed theater.
Yeah.
Infested is one of those films that like those people who love seeking out French cinema and different kinds of not just like American schlock. I feel like that's for those kind of fans.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I feel like they're similar but also like different in the same vein.
Yeah, and it was really cool to get two.
You should watch both.
Yeah, I agree. It was really cool to get two spider films, movies that weren't like a arachnophobia or like they weren't played for like serious laughs or like this is like cheesy. I don't know. They felt like they were really grounded. They felt really good.
Yeah, I mean, Sting is a little bit more campy.
Yeah, but I actually liked the characters in Sting.
Yeah.
I thought that young girl carried that film on her back.
Right. And in Infested, they use like real spiders, I guess.
And I think that's why I was like really getting like once that spoiler, I'm not going to spoil like anything serious, but at the end, there's a hallway scene where it's just straight up cobwebs and spiders. And it's... I was having a hard time. Spiders. Yeah, Alex, there was a spider in our apartment today, and he's like, I'm not waiting for the cat to get rid of that. Like, goodbye. We've learned our lesson.
Yeah.
Walls. You know, walls.
We're back.
Speaking of
This
sensitive,
is 2004. I ain't playing no stupid little revolutionary games.
You know?
anyway, speaking of sensitive stories, we watched Sasquatch Sunset, and I was actually really looking forward to it, and I didn't think it was going to be as heartfelt as it was.
Yeah.
But one of our favorite movies.
No dialogue.
No actual dialogue. One of our favorite movies is Greener Grass, and if you've seen it, it has a very specific brand of humor.
Yeah.
And I kind of went into Sasquatch Sunset thinking Greener Grass.
Yes, there was definitely some outrageous moments.
There was fucking just some really. There's a lot of shit piss. There's a lot of jork in it. There's a lot of what you think a primitive human would do.
Right.
I don't know how else to explain it to you, but midway through, like we're watching it and I'm thinking, this does not feel like this feels like it's set now.
Right, yeah.
Right, yeah. So we're watching it, like the spoilers. If you guys don't want Sasquatch Sunset spoiled for you, there's a point where they like reach a road and it's like, okay, well, if this was set in like a long time ago times, I don't think there'd be like a beautifully paved road. And then you realize it's like now.
Yeah. And this movie just kind of like follows like this family of Sasquatches the entire time. That's really like the only plot. Like it's almost like a journey movie or like a coming of age Sasquatch movie. It's not even like, is there any like real like, oh, they're doing this and then they have to do this?
No, I feel like it's more just like the plight of a family if the family wasn't fully human but also had human tendencies and feelings.
Right.
And I think that's what makes it special, because Riley Keough plays the mom Sasquatch, and I genuinely feel like that is the most emotion she's ever given us.
Right.
Like I felt for that character. Like I felt her loss. I felt her pain. I felt her like everything. Like it was very, the way she portrayed that specific character was so special.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And at first I was like,
and it was a little weird. It was weird.
But I like weird.
It's not like a movie that everyone's going to enjoy. Like we can't just like show this to your parents.
No, if I mentioned
hell?
Civil War to my parents and they were like,
no,
let's shelf this.
Yeah.
We want to watch Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, like this isn't a movie for everyone, but it's a movie for like people that like weird cinema and just like different stories, original concepts.
Let me tell you, when I was like maybe 12 years old. Oh, we have to tell a story later on, but we'll get there.
What story?
The poop story.
Right.
Anyways, when
This
I was
is
like
2004. I ain't playing no stupid little revolutionary games.
Just kidding.
Anyways, when I was like 11 or 12, my Uncle Bob, who really got me into movies and film, showed me a claymation short film called Harvey Crumpet. And it's about, like, it's just a claymation guy going through his, like, little struggles, and, like,
True.
his parents die and whatever, and he sees, like, a ghost come to him, and it says, like, seize the day, Harvey, and, like, I'll never forget it. I think it's so good. But that's kind of what I was thinking about when watching Sasquatch Sunset, was I got introduced to, like, a very niche, weird brand of film when I was really young. So kind of growing up and seeing that it's still prevalent and popular and people are still making experimental things just makes me so happy to be a part of.
Right.
You know, seize the day, Harvey.
Seize the day.
And it's on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. It's kind of dark, but it's a really good little short.
Right. Well, yeah. I definitely think like some people that might want to like skip that movie should check it out at least and give it a chance.
Also, I just want to also point this one out at another movie that I feel like a lot of people might skip, but I genuinely feel like you should give it your time. That is Low Lifes. It is a Tubi original. And I feel like people don't really give Tubi originals too much of a chance. And if you're not like a horror fanatic, this one was really good. It's about a family who are just traveling on their RV. And I'm not going to spoil any of this for you because just stick with the first like 20 minutes of it. There's a twist and it is really cool. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to ruin it. It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's gory.
And there is a line.
And it's funny.
Yeah, I think this is an appropriate line to tell you guys to rope you in. But there is a line said in this movie where the young daughter says, "I would rather eat pussy than eat people." And if that doesn't rope you in, I don't know what will.
You're something else.
It's good. Also, we watched Love Lies Bleeding,
right?
Which was a film that I enjoyed, but there was a point near the end. You guys probably know if you've seen it, where I looked at Alex and I was like, "This is not fucking real."
Right. It's like right. We were like, is this happening? Or like
you gotta suspend your disbelief just a little bit.
It's well, I mean Rose Glass's other movie also had the same effect at the end as well.
Yeah, but I feel like it was so much more effective in Saint Maud because it was that 1 second at the end and movie's over. In Love Lies Bleeding, you're still like thinking like this is her
right. It's about what, like two lesbian girls, one's a bodybuilder, one's a gym gym manager, yeah, and then they kind of cross paths because of
they cross paths all right,
other family elements, and then they end up doing some crime together, right?
There's not crime together. Well, I mean, like there's accessory to crime, I guess, but like the crime is committed by like one of the two.
Okay, yeah, and then things happen, and then the movie. I'm just kidding. No,
then it's over.
No, it's pretty good. I definitely liked it more than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be like cringy and lame. Especially because like the bodybuilding elements just like are not for me.
Yeah, we're getting too much of that.
Yeah, but I right. Okay,
do you hear that?
Thanks.
We live directly next to a hospital. I hope everyone is all right, but like seriously.
But yeah,
like you've made your destination.
But I thought the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. We'll quickly say that we watched Kilroy. Was here Kevin Smith's movie that had no business being an NFT.
Right.
It was not as bad as people were saying it was.
Yeah, it's not the worst movie. Like if you get a chance to catch it and watch it. But like if you also don't already like Kevin Smith's movies, you're going to hate it.
Let's just say if you hated Yoga Hosers.
Yeah.
If you hated Tusk.
Or like any, because there's a lot of Kevin Smith hate out there and I see a lot of it. But I don't hate Kevin Smith movies. I mean, I thought this one was all right. It's based on a meme. It's based on like the first ever meme or whatever. But then it's like a horror movie based on the character from the meme. Mm-hmm. But it's also an anthology.
Which I am a big fan of anthologies.
Right. And I feel like the anthology element also didn't land with a lot of people because like I saw a lot of people being like, I just don't get it. And it's like.
And here's the thing is they added like a fourth segment with Chris Jericho that like didn't need
that
to
part
be
didn't
in
make
it.
any sense. Yeah.
And that's where it was like everything tied together so well. Everything was great. And then they dropped that fourth segment in there and it was like, Something's not adding up, babes.
Right. But it's like, it worked. I mean, I thought like the whole thing, like as a whole, it was okay. It's not the greatest movie. I think I gave it a 2.5. 3 maybe?
I gave it a 2.5 as well.
Or 2.5, yeah. It wasn't the worst movie that we've ever seen, but like I feel people's gripes. Like I get it. If you paid like $50+ for this NFT, which I did not do.
No, that's it has no business.
Because somebody ended up leaking it.
It's only an hour long.
And by the way, somebody leaked it online. They leaked it. So that means your NFT doesn't matter.
It's spoiled.
And it's like
bad.
so it's just like the whole point of the NFT doesn't like matter.
Exist
it's just
anymore.
stupid, but whatever.
Before I get into my ridiculous story, I think the last film maybe we should wrap up with is perhaps The Coffee Table.
No.
Well, okay. Well, I just
we can mention that, but there's
really
another
quickly,
movie.
I have seen comparison to one of my favorite movies of all time between The Coffee Table and Happiness, and I don't like that comparison.
Elric from Colors of the Dark. I'm just calling him out.
I don't like that comparison because while I do understand it is a dark, uncomfortable, situational film, I think it goes a little further into one situation than Happiness does, and Happiness just hits a little differently.
Happiness was actually funny.
Yeah, and I just... The Coffee Table was shocking in its own way, but for people who are extremely desensitized to certain kinds of horror, aka us, I found the movie incredibly boring other than
really boring.
The shocking elements.
And I did not like the mom character. Like, I don't know if she just like... I feel like that's where the comedy elements were supposed to come in.
And like the weird cuts.
But I just don't like the actress who played her. I don't like her acting. Yeah. It was just really annoying. I was just like, okay, get it over with. And
it could have been a little shorter. And
walls, walls.
Exactly. It could have been a little shorter if it was. It could have been a little more effective if it was a little shorter.
Right.
I feel like it dragged. It was boring.
And it was short.
Yeah, it was boring.
But yeah, it felt a lot like the way people are acting. It's like, okay, like I get it, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I've seen other movies with like kid deaths that are like.
Okay, hang on. And I just want to piggyback on this because of the horror community discourse as of late.
Right.
Just because you like a certain thing or because you enjoy a certain... whatever, it doesn't make you a bad person. Just because I like fucked up movies doesn't make me a bad person. I wouldn't hurt a fly, I don't even kill bugs. I bring the bugs outside, like I feel like if you
speak for yourself,
if you consume content responsibly and you are not
like crazy
and you are not taking the actions of the movies outside of the films, you are leaving it where you saw it, kind of thing. Like you're not Christian Bale and American Psychoing your way through life.
Yeah, I'm with you for sure. I feel like some people online have taken it a little too far, and it's the same old like age-old thing about censorship and. It's censorship and censoring movies. They basically like, you know what I mean?
I know. What I'm just getting at is that like if you're consuming content responsibly, it just doesn't make you a bad person.
It's very boomerish to think that like, oh well, I don't know. I saw like it was a girl saying that about men specifically, but it's like not. But like men are not the only people that like disturbing cinema or whatever. And just
there's a bunch of girls that I follow that are so cool, that are genuinely nice people that just like disturbing films, and that's fine.
You're allowed to like movies. Like you're allowed to like Solo. You're allowed to like a Soviet
I have it on
film.
Criterion.
You're allowed to like the coffee table or like whatever. Like that doesn't.
But
like
you're also
the disturbing elements,
you're also
I mean.
allowed to have your own opinions,
Yeah.
but like just don't make people out to be people that they're not.
Unless
because
like they're
of your-
actually doing something
Exactly.
bad, but like they're not doing anything. It's like most of the time, no one's even doing anything bad.
If you have preconceived notions about someone because you've made that up because of the things that they decide to share about what they enjoy, like I don't know.
I don't
know.
even think there should be ratings at all. Like in my opinion, you want to. If that's my opinion,
Hey,
I don't think
put
that
a
like,
no kids allowed sign on the door.
No, what I'm saying is like there shouldn't even be like people taking like how like there's like the R rating is 17 and up. Who cares? Let a 15-year-old watch it. Like I straight up don't give a shit.
I also want to just like point out
Who cares?
Damien Leone seems like the nicest guy ever.
Right.
David
Yeah.
Howard Thornton, whatever,
Yeah.
seems like the nicest person ever. Did they
And
make
we
the
just
most fucked up, disturbing, disgusting film of like recent time and are gonna do it again? Yeah. Are they bad
Did
people?
we just put Terrifier 2 on to go to bed the other day?
We did.
Yes,
we literally went to sleep with that on the other night, and I woke up to a film on Tubi. Still have no idea what it was. I saw. You guys know I don't like scary faces. Saw something on the TV, and I was like, I am gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna forget that I ever saw this, and I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Right. But yeah, like everyone's allowed to like whatever they want as long as you're not doing anything like bad.
As long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself.
But watching like a movie or liking something disturbing doesn't make you a bad person, and we're allowed to like whatever we want.
Understanding the difference between perhaps corn syrup and food coloring and like someone actually hurting someone and telling
like
the difference. I just feel like
it's completely different.
You gotta be responsible and you gotta just understand, maybe set your own boundaries, and hey, don't cross your own boundaries, and don't make people feel bad for having their own boundaries.
Yeah, like Sarah Hawkinson always like complains about how like people come into her comments being like, oh, like we can't like your opinions because you don't like these like more hardcore movies, but it's like she doesn't have to like
and
those
she's
hardcore
also
movies.
set her own boundaries, and she
and
doesn't cross them or make people feel bad about liking other things.
Exactly that's just like some discourse in the horror community.
Sorry, rant. I had to just kind of put a bookend in that because I ranted about it on my channel, and I just want to like I genuinely would like give the shirt off my back to someone else if I really needed to, and I would never like think about and I like to watch movies like Headless, and I will leave it there.
Right.
If you guys have seen Headless, you know.
Well, should we end this by talking about the last stop in Yuma County?
Oh, that's a good one.
Jim Cummings?
we are really big Jim Cummings fans. I think he's so funny, so stupid,
Right.
so ridiculous. But this was a surprising film.
Yeah.
There was a movie that came out a little while ago. I think it was called like Off Season or something, where it was like people trapped somewhere and they had to figure out who was the killer. It was on Shudder, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And that's the kind of vibes that this movie was giving me, but I think it was more interesting than that, and I think it was more fun. I really liked Jocelyn Donahue in that movie.
Okay. Yeah, I just needed to figure out who that was. But it's about like they're all like there's these characters who are at this diner which is also like a gas station, and then some criminals walk in after they rob
crims.
After they robbed a bank, and then they're like on the run from the bank, but all these people are at this diner and more people come into the story. They're all waiting for gas because they're all out of gas. But what they don't know is at the beginning of the movie, literally like they show it at the beginning, the fuel truck is...
Oh, so that's what I missed because I was pissing.
Right.
I'm just kidding. No.
We're close friends here.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah, she was in the bathroom, but we, it showed like the overturned fuel truck at the beginning as like the credits were coming on.
Okay.
And
Makes
then
sense.
that's why they, like, the audience knew that this fuel truck was never going to show up, but they just kept saying, oh, there's going to be a fuel truck showing up. It's going to be coming here. It's going to be coming here. And then, like, a cop shows up, and, then this big, thing happens. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I thought Jim Cummings was pretty funny in it. And,
yeah, he's ridiculous.
Jocelyn Donahue was pretty good.
Yeah, I think she's really cool. I think she played her character very well. But I don't know. It was just I thought it was going to be more of like a whodunit.
Yeah. I didn't even know anything going into this at all.
Yeah, and I thought it was a lot better than I was expecting.
Towards the end, or the climax of before it gets into the third act, it felt very Tarantino. I was like,
yeah, it felt very Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good comparison, because like they all kind of get stuck in like a certain place.
Except for
that
it's
movie.
hot and sunny.
Right. Yeah, true. But yeah, it was pretty good. And
pretty.
Barbara Crampton made an appearance in it, and we love her.
We love Barbara so much.
Yeah.
One time Barbara Crampton shared my Instagram story to her story, and that's very Mean Girls, like one time Regina George you would know if you watched Mean Girls. Anyways, I would like to tell a story.
You're telling a story?
I'm telling a story.
All right. Take it away.
So, my parents are very nice.
This is a random story, I'm pretty sure.
No, this is a story. You know the story.
Yeah, but does this like tie into anything?
No, it does not tie into a single thing, but I just really wanted
Maybe
to
Sasquatch Sunset.
Yeah, no, literally Sasquatch Sunset. I just think about this story a lot, and I think about how like my parents were just trying to be nice, but so it was like New Year's, and I was maybe in the 7th grade, and it was like a weird New Year's where it was like Canada warm, where it was like maybe 45 degrees. So like people
Fahrenheit
were out,
or Celsius.
I don't want to get into it. So anyway, you can decide what you will with 45 degrees. So anyways, my parents are like sitting out on the balcony or on the porch. Sorry, we were not in the apartment. We were in a house. We were not even living in the apartment yet. So they're on the porch, and they are 2 sheets to the wind, if you know what I mean. It's New Year's,
right?
And I'm upstairs.
Your parents.
I'm upstairs. I'm in my own bedroom. I'm probably watching some shit on like a movie channel.
Burning the house down purposely.
That's another story for another time. But anyways, so for Christmas, they had gotten me like a pottery wheel, like a kid's pottery wheel, because I wanted to like get into pottery.
Right.
And I'm like doing this, minding my own business. And nature calls. As it does. I'm shitting.
Okay.
And
okay.
I unfortunately have IBS. And ruined that New Year's for myself. But moral of the story, our house had poor piping or poor whatever, bad wiring. I clogged the toilet. And when I flushed, the literal shit water was like right at the tip of the bowl. Okay, like the toilet bowl like was fighting for its life. Okay, like it was bad. So I hear like unfamiliar voices, and I'm like, my parents are like, yeah, come on in, you can use the bathroom, no problem. It's these random, like they probably were younger than we are now. They might have been like 24, 25. They were going to the bar downtown. They're walking down our street. My parents were on the porch. They're like, can we use your bathroom?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, come on, no problem. Just nice, generous, drunk people. And I had just blown the bathroom up to fucking oblivion. Like our taps don't even work at this point. Like we moved out for a reason. So I am like in my bedroom at this point, trying to be like silent because I don't want anyone to know that it was me that blew the bathroom up. So I hear these like heels. I've never heard like heels come up our stairs before. And I just hear these girls go in the bathroom, like close the door and go, "Oh my God, no way," and just bolted it out of our house. Right. And you know what? Help me! Exactly. I felt so embarrassed. I felt so like I could not but betrayed by my parents, but they didn't know that I had done that. I didn't let no one know. I was gonna let them find it, not some fucking rando they let in on New Year's. Like they probably had to fucking piss in an alley somewhere. Like, right. That's a story that really stuck with me because I just cannot believe the timing of like that. Really, that's probably like why I can't go to the bathroom in public, because I'm afraid that someone's gonna be like, "Oh my God," you know. Right. I'm unpacking. I've just really wanted to like vocalize that for a while because it eats me alive.
This is 2004. I ain't playing no stupid little revolutionary games.
And if we were playing revolutionary games, we would be digging holes in our yard.
That's
so
cool, I guess. That's cool, I guess.
I'm out. Okay, should we end it here?
Right.
We got places to go.
Yeah, exactly.
We got people to see.
I thought I clipped that one too, actually. I'm surprised I didn't.
That's funny.
This is 2004. I ain't playing no stupid little revolutionary games.
No? You guys, rest in peace, Don Vito. Rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. Big up.
Big up.
Big up.
How do we end this one?
Well, let me know. Let us know your embarrassing poop stories in the comments, and let us know what movies you watched. And are
walls, you know, walls.
Are you happy we're back? I'm gonna be listening to this at work, and I'm not gonna be able to. Like, I listen to our podcast at work all the time, and I'm like, fuck, I'm so funny. Okay. Let's go. Bye-bye.
That's cool, I guess.
All right. Wait, one more.
Walls, you know, walls.
Popos out.
Popos out.